Still trading the New York session, 6/22/25 today. Currently, I am in a position in Bitcoin and in a position in Ethereum. I took these positions during the London session. I'll walk you through what I was seeing here. So here on the 4 hour, for a top down, this is the current strong high, and the current week low is down here. And we can see now Bitcoin trading in this range. Here on the 1 hour, this dark blue line here is the 18, and this light blue line here is the 9, and these are both EMAs, exponential moving averages. When the 9 is below the 18 moving average, this signals or to me this gives me a short bias in any currency pair that I'm trading. And then here on the 15-minute, in this candle here, we get the 9 EMA crosses under the 18 EMA. Actually, let's back up. This candle here, the 9 EMA closes below the 18 EMA, so an entry would be appropriate here. Took an entry here, actually entries throughout these 3 candles, but got stopped out here on this candle. I had my stop low right here, then went back in, put my stop at the appropriate place here, and now currently sitting in this position with a target down here for the low. Both of these have the same stop and the same target, so take profit back here, stop loss here. The stop loss is 20 cents above the stop, with a 10-cent spread here on Bitcoin. Next up we have Ethereum. So Ethereum set up this morning, very similar. Here on the 4-hour chart, this is the current strong high on Ethereum. This is the current week low on Ethereum, and Ethereum trading inside this large range here. Here on the hourly chart, this is the 18 EMA, and this is the 9. These EMAs, and the 9 is below the 18, so that will give me a short bias for any positions. And then the 15-minute, in this candle here, we get the closure of the 9 EMA below the 18 here on the 15-minute. Took a position early at the cross, actually waiting until here would be more appropriate, and then took another position here on pullback. And now you can see price action pulling back as well. But this covers my entries on the 2 positions that I currently have. Right now, since I've already taken a position at the moving average cross, I may take another position at the moving average cross, or wait until there is a breakup structure or market structure shift. In this instance here on Ethereum, there would be a breakup structure, and here on Bitcoin, there would need to be a market structure shift here. So I'm watching these for those. Again, I may take a position at a moving average cross, or at the breakup structure or market structure shift. As of right now, I'm leaning more towards a moving average cross. Let's see about the highs here: 102.785, 102.770. So that was a liquidity raid for anyone who placed the stop behind this candle here. Ethereum has been noticeably weaker than Bitcoin this morning. Another liquidity raid on the previous pullback area, and you can see there was a failed attempt to have a break of structure here. Again, you can see a failed attempt at a break of structure here. So in the past, I've only focused on taking entries at break of structure or market structure shift. This is the first position where I am experimenting with taking positions with the EMA cross. So far, it's holding up. Even though the past, in my back testing with the moving average cross, typically getting the price action to sell off relatively soon after that, sometimes not even pulling back. Interesting how taking a position wound up having it actually turn around and the moving average crossover cross back over to the or at least having the 9 cross under the 18, and then having the 18 cross back over the 9, or having the 9 cross back over the 18. So interesting to see when I use the moving averages for an entry, getting pullback, whereas before typically that would signal the price action to move in the trade direction, whether long or short. I'm not seeing price action pull back to this degree after a moving average cross, which is a bit, or I would say not to my liking, but my liking doesn't have anything to do with anything in the markets. But on a positive note, setting the proper stop, it has protected my position. So I can say a break of structure or market structure shift would definitely be a much more secure place to enter after that has occurred. But entering on these moving average crosses when everything else is lined up on the higher time frames, or I would say with the 60-minute EMAs in the correct position, seems like my stop has been holding so far. Still have plenty of time left in the New York session, and that could change. But if my stops are able to hold, which they have held through the London session so far, now coming into now in the pre-market of the New York session and coming into the open, if they can hold through this, especially with the current international events taking place, then it would instill a bit more confidence in using it in the future. I am highly motivated for good entries, but sometimes the good entry can get you in a position where you can find yourself getting stopped out of trades frequently. So taking positions in areas of consolidation, which is essentially what price action is doing currently here, just consolidating here and trading in this range. So it can be difficult to take positions before any pair actually exits the range. So this is a prime area to chop yourself up, entering and exiting positions. So again, you're seeing this consolidation range, and then an even larger range here for Ethereum to trade in, but Ethereum trading in the lower half of the range for sure. Price action consolidating here. Bitcoin much stronger than Ethereum today, and seems to pull back aggressively at seemingly every attempt to sell off here. Bitcoin potentially putting in a swing high here if price action will hold. But it seems like this candle here wants to make another high from the looks of it. This candle here already price being delivered to the sell side, so this may be the new swing high here. And the current candle here on Bitcoin, price starting to be delivered to the sell side here and putting in a potential swing high up here. So surviving this area of consolidation here definitely takes some patience. It helps to walk away from the screen, or I can say at least that helps me. Less than 4 minutes remaining in the current candles. If all goes well, price will get continuation to the sell side. And at the close of these candles, it will be countdown to 1 hour before the pseudo or false New York Open, since we are on a Sunday, so there will be so the New York markets will be closed, but it appears price action, the algorithm, the price delivery algorithm tends to deliver price in a similar manner that it does at the other times of the week. Price being delivered to the sell side here in Bitcoin. Some consolidation here on Ethereum. Same thing with Ethereum, with targets, same stops, same targets. So stop, there's a 1 cent spread on Ethereum, so I put a 2 cent stop behind this high right here, and targeting this low right here. Price currently being delivered to the sell side for both currency pairs. Consolidating here. Less than one minute remaining in the current candle. consolidation. And new 15-minute candle. Bitcoin, the last two candles, price has been delivered to the sell side, and a swing high has been put in. Over the EMAs, and Ethereum. Swing high has been put in right above the EMAs. Price currently consolidating near the lows of the previous 15-minute candles. Price currently being delivered to the sell side in both currency pairs. Both currency pairs approaching a test of the previous 15-minute candle lows. Ethereum just tested the low and reacted off of it to the buy side. Bitcoin reacting off a low as well, but not as close to the previous 15-minute candle low as Ethereum. Ethereum has put in a 15-minute equal bottom here. And price consolidating after that reaction. Price again being delivered to the sell side. And Ethereum has now made a new 15-minute low from the previous candle. And price is holding below the level of the previous 15-minute candle. And price approaching the EMAs. Currently price is trading below the 9 EMA and trading right at the 18 EMA currently. Price being delivered to the sell side in Ethereum with some speed. Bitcoin price holding at 102,574.6. Price holding on Bitcoin. Consolidating. Price holding here on Bitcoin, 102,580.1, now being delivered to the sell side, 102,550. Bitcoin potentially testing the low of the previous 15-minute candle here. Ethereum, price still being delivered to the sell side with consolidation. Bitcoin still consolidating. Price again being delivered to the sell side, now consolidating. Getting very close to another EMA crossover here on the on Ethereum here on the 15-minute. Now the EMAs have crossed on the 15-minute. So with a candle closure, I would be able to add to my position in Ethereum potentially. With the price action, I don't think I'm going to wait for the break of structure. I'm going to take the position here in this consolidation area if possible. Put my stop here, 2286.01. So 2 cents behind the high of this candle here. And the low 22.13.77. 77. Bitcoin has some way to go before an EMA crossover. So with Ethereum, the EMA crossover could come in this candle or potentially the following candle. Now currently looking like this candle as prices being delivered to the sell side. And now the 9 is under the 18, but I'm going to require a closure. So if this candle closes as is, which would be less than 4 minutes from now, it would give the EMA crossover for potential entry. Price being delivered to the sell side here in Bitcoin as well. And price down here testing the lows of the previous 15-minute candle. But has consistently been reacting off of that level. Ethereum consolidating here, pulling back, bringing the non-EMA back above. Back above the 18 EMA currently. Now price being delivered to the sell side with speed here. Bitcoin potentially another test of that previous 15-minute low. So quite a bit of consolidation in this current 15-minute period. Price pulling back here in Bitcoin, testing the highs and making new highs in this current 15-minute candle. Ethereum pulling back as well. Price consolidating. Price currently being delivered to the sell side. Price being delivered to the sell side in Ethereum. Price holding here in Bitcoin. Now price being delivered to the buy side, 102,596.2. Price holding for Bitcoin. Price consolidating here in Ethereum. Now price being delivered to the sell side in Ethereum. Price consolidating. Price consolidating in Bitcoin. Price being delivered to the sell side here in Bitcoin. Now consolidating. Price is still consolidating and being delivered to the buy side currently. This is one of the days where you look at the currency pair and you wonder why it just won't die. But of course, the day you get in something, it gets hung up. But this happens more often than not. Certainly feels like that all the time. But yesterday's trade did not stall as much as this one has. With this area of consolidation and the way that the moving average has crossed back over here, I do have concerns for a reversal. Not a reversal with the, let's say, largest amount of strength, as in I wouldn't anticipate price action buying up above the previous, or I wouldn't anticipate buying to go higher than the current range. It's possible for sure, but just based on the nature of the 60-minute, which I use my bias off of, to me it's a short. It would take the non-EMA to cross over the 18 for me to be in the mindset that price action would be along here. So holding to my bias until my bias, the signals for my bias change. So right now the signal for my bias remains the same. Even when mentioning Ethereum being weaker than Bitcoin, if we look here on the 60-minute, you can see the gap between the EMAs here is small, where if we come to Ethereum, we'll see a much larger gap in the distance of the EMAs here. So you can see this nice gap here that's been widening. Whereas here, you're seeing a flat, price action, where in Ethereum, you've got the movement at a downward slant. So no downward slant on Bitcoin. It would take price action to start selling off here in order to facilitate that type of EMA positioning. Also, on the 15-minute, when it comes to range, you can see Bitcoin trading pretty much right in the middle of the range here. Where if we take a look at Ethereum, we'll see Ethereum so let's say this is mid-level of the range. Ethereum is only trading down here in the lower half of the range that it is currently in. Price being delivered to the buy side currently market wide. And price is pulling back more. Price action on these currency pairs has me doubting adding to a position here. Feel like it could be just as likely that if I add into a position that the currency pair would just likely turn around on me. But if another entry signal is put in, it could be the death nail, which may be why it price action is currently resisting the next EMA crossover on the 15-minute. Less than 5 minutes remaining in the current candle. Won't be needing that anytime soon. So normally I'm waiting for a market structure shift or a break of structure in order to enter a position. Today trying the EMA crossover on the 15-minute for an entry. It has given me entries where I would not have had entries before, but nothing is happening except for consolidation. So it'll be interesting to see if, or it will be interesting to see the outcome of these positions. Being able to get a, let's say, a good entry. I think I've accomplished that, but if price action is not going to sell off, then I have just exposed myself to the market and just maybe consolidating with it all day, potentially. After the big sell-off from the news event yesterday, price action may be a bit spent or exhausted here, but it is still rather early in the session, and this is also not a business day session, so be interesting to see what price action does today. Under normal circumstances, I still would not have been able to take a position thus far, but with the adjustments that I've made to my system, I now have an entry, but could end up paying for these entries as well. So my previous system would have kept me out of these trading opportunities, at least up to this point. But now I'm able to enter and we'll be able to test the validity of what I'm currently doing. Just an observation, sometimes taking the break of structure or market structure shift, you could potentially get a better entry doing that. Sometimes you may get a better entry taking the EMA crossover. What I've been interested in currently is just taking whichever comes first. Sometimes they come together. You'll get the breakup structure or market structure shift happen in a candle, and at the same time you'll get the crossover, or there may be a delay on the 60-minute chart catching up with it, especially if there was the trade direction, let's say, is long in London, and then New York, the trade direction is short. You may get a lag in the 60-minute. I believe this is what happened yesterday, or potentially Friday, where price was being delivered to the buy side for London and then to the sell side for New York, and having the EMA crossover on the 15 reflect that. New 15-minute candle. Price was delivered to the buy side in the previous 15-minute period on both currency pairs. Price continues to be delivered to the buy side. Consolidation and sell side delivery here with speed. Price being delivered to the buy side and consolidating. Price still being delivered to the buy side. More buy side delivery. This type of price action is why I like to wait for the break of structure or market structure shift, so you're not caught up in this type of price action with drawdown. Then from here, it just depends on whether or not this drawdown period was worth it. If you are successful in the trade with a win, then you will never be concerned about this drawdown. You will forget it very quickly. If this ends in a loss, then I and likely another trader would likely be hesitant to deploy this methodology in the future. But I feel pretty good about the price action right now. Based on all things considered, I would expect some indecision in the marketplace, especially with the large move yesterday off the news, and then today being a non-business day. But with an appropriate stop, I think this entry is likely just as valid as my structural entry, and ideally wanting to use them interchangeably, just whichever comes first. Price currently being delivered to the sell side. More sell side delivery. Price currently consolidating. Ethereum getting some reaction off of the lows of the current candle. Price still being delivered to the sell side on Bitcoin. Price holding on Ethereum at 2280.50. Now price consolidating. Price being delivered to the sell side. More sell side delivery. Testing the low of the previous 15-minute candle and a new 15-minute low of the previous candle in Bitcoin. And potentially a breakout of the candle, two previous candles here, which would have it in a breakout range here with quite a ways to go before anything is below it. And now Bitcoin has broken below that candle with speed. Ethereum prices being delivered to the sell side with consolidation here. Now buy side delivery, consolidation, further sell side delivery. Bitcoin price being delivered to the sell side. Consolidation in Ethereum. Seems like you'll have one current, if you trade more than one currency pair, I've observed one will be very cooperative with how you're trading it, and the other will be very uncooperative. Then at some point they shift, and the one that was very cooperative becomes not so cooperative, and the one that was not so cooperative becomes cooperative. Very interesting observation I've seen from time to time, as currently now Ethereum cooperating, but not as well as it has in the past or earlier in the session and the previous session. Bitcoin has put up quite a bit of resistance during both sessions, but now starting to cooperate in the trade direction. Consolidation here. Price being delivered to the sell side in Bitcoin with speed. Sell side delivery with speed in Ethereum. This could potentially be price starting to break down here. Excuse me. Price is consolidating. But price is well away from that pullback. Price being delivered to the sell side. New 15-minute low from the previous candle on Ethereum, and testing the 2 candles previous low. Consolidation with sell side delivery currently. Bitcoin delivering to the sell side with speed. And Ethereum has now delivered price below the previous 2 15-minute candles and delivering to the sell side with speed. Getting closer to an EMA crossover. Sell side delivery with speed on Bitcoin. Price consolidating in Ethereum. And my platform is resetting. This is the type of price action where you could easily forget the consolidation range that you just survived. Less than 1 minute remaining in the current 15-minute candle. This could potentially trigger a test of the lows of the session so far. Since that would be the only liquidity remaining in the area, as price action has been testing liquidity on the upper end of the range. Now I would anticipate testing liquidity at the lower end of the range here. And new 15-minute candle. Price consolidating here at the open of the current 15-minute candle. Now sell side delivery 15-minute low on Bitcoin, and selling being delivered with speed. New 15-minute low on Ethereum, consolidating. Now sell side delivery with speed. So still no confirmed moving average crossover, but potentially with this current candle, likely to see it. Same thing with Bitcoin, no confirmed crossover, but likely to see it in the current candle that is being delivered to the sell side with speed. So it appears that the market structure shift in Bitcoin and the break of structure in Ethereum may be taking place here coming into the false US Open or false New York Open. If this were to happen, I would wait for pullback here as the amount of, or I would say this price action being extended from the EMAs here, not wanting to take this entry as it is likely to pull back. Same thing here with this gap here between price action and the EMAs, not wanting to take an entry there due to pullback, and price being delivered with speed here to the sell side and consolidating in Ethereum. Same with Bitcoin, price was delivered with speed, then consolidation as it approaches a test of the lower end of the range. We can see here that liquidity here has been swept out. So any sell side liquidity down here would have been tapped into here. Ethereum still yet to test this area. Price consolidating on Ethereum, testing sell side delivery. Bitcoin delivering to the sell side. Now consolidating. More sell side delivery. Consolidation. Sell side delivery and a test of the lower end of the range here on Bitcoin. Sell side delivery and consolidation here on Ethereum. More sell side delivery on Bitcoin. It's now reached the lower end of the range here. What is the low? 101,819.4. 101. So it is. Price has sold below the structural level here. Price has already sold below. So in this candle could potentially see a market structure shift here. Price again selling below that level or testing that level. Price being delivered to the sell side, and price sells through the structural low of the range. Same thing here with Ethereum. Price has swept liquidity here. So whatever sell side liquidity was here, and now price has gone below the previous structural range here with speed. Both currency pairs at the lows here of the structural ranges, likely putting in for Ethereum a breakup structure, and for Bitcoin a market structure shift here. And this is so long as price action continues or holds for the remainder of the current candle, which has less than 8 minutes to closure. Price holding on Bitcoin at 107, 114, and now being delivered to the sell side with speed. Price consolidating here on Ethereum, and potentially pulling back to the structural level, and price now back at the structural level. See if there's a reaction off of price here. And consolidating at the structural level. Price being delivered to the buy side. Consolidating. And sell side delivery with speed through the structural level. And continue price delivery to the sell side with speed on Ethereum. Price pulling back, testing the structural level, and selling with speed off of that level from a reaction here on Bitcoin. So both currency pairs testing the structural level and having reactions around that level. More reactions with speed to the sell side here on Ethereum as it tests the structural level. Bitcoin for another test of the structural level. Consolidation and sell side delivery. Less than 5 minutes remaining in the current candle, and new 15-minute low with speed being put in for Bitcoin. This is pullback, may not come here. Same thing, speed being delivered to the sell side here on Ethereum. almost at profit target here, and profit target reached on Ethereum. Profit target from London. Now Bitcoin. Interesting how when I would normally wait for this structural shift, now it looks like it may come in here 4 minutes with less than 4 minutes left in the candle, but with these trades being from the European session, wondering if there's pullback here during the New York session, if there's potential for another leg lower, and if so, I may have to, seems like the next level is down here. What is this? 1788 level, which is quite low. But it is the next level of liquidity from here. So Ethereum, much weaker, as I mentioned, much weaker than Bitcoin this morning. Once it got a chance to get to target, it went on and got there. So good trade there on Ethereum. Bitcoin, price still being delivered to the sell side here. Less than 3 minutes remaining in the current candle. So it seems there will be a market structure shift in Bitcoin if price is able to hold down here or continue, and price continues to be delivered to the sell side with speed. So interesting how the London session gave an entry for the open of the New York session. Price being delivered with speed here. Less than 2 minutes left in the candle and approaching target. I can definitely say well worth the wait for the choice of entry. Price consolidating here near the low of the 15-minute candle as it approaches the target liquidity area here. Price consolidating. Less than 1 minute remaining in the current candle. Ethereum still delivering price to the sell side. Be interested to see if any pullback opportunities come today, but based on the speed of this current price action, I would doubt that would happen within the range that I trade in. And new 15-minute candle. Price consolidating here on Bitcoin as we approach target. Now price being delivered to the sell side, testing the 15-minute low of the previous candle. And now broken out below the low of the previous candle. price consolidating. And further sell side delivery here on Bitcoin as it looks to be approaching target with speed here. And target met. Looks like I may have been skipped early on there. Or perhaps the speed in the price action allowed me to get skipped, or I didn't get picked up there. Actually, I only need one arrow there. Okay. All right. Price action consolidating or potentially pulling back there. So Ethereum pulling back here. These orange lines that you see here denote the Asian range. Here. So if this pullback comes back to the 9 EMA there, with price action being above the Asian range, it would be fine for me to take an entry, but I'm not certain if it'll come back for anything like that. I might be asking too much. Also, with making a nice trade, I may be asking too much by taking another position. But gives it makes sense to take it. What is this liquidity down here? 1786. Stop 2284.01. Limit 2244.43. So this would be a pretty big trade if it were to be able to be executed, but I would seriously doubt Ethereum would be able to make it back. Well, actually, there's still a lot of time left in the session. This is currently the false New York Open just happening now. So there's lots of time for more things to happen here. What's the low here? 615. 305. $99.50. 1785. These levels are quite far, but with these types of price action, I wouldn't doubt that Ethereum is going to go as far as it's going to go, and Bitcoin is not going to make some kind of similar move here. Mm. 102.7653. So I'm setting these up, even though I seriously doubt I would get an opportunity to do anything with these. But the last thing I like to do is see a potential opportunity and then not be prepared when it surprisingly presents itself. 101.9011. So just getting these set up, but I don't anticipate I'll get an opportunity to do anything with them. Slightly smaller possibility with Ethereum, as it's just been consolidating here, but Bitcoin has continued to sell off. So the possibility of it pulling back right now seems rather slim. Also with Bitcoin selling off further, and if it did potentially pull back up, would set the standard for a larger range. The way that Ethereum is setting up currently, I'm actually going to 2243.24. I'm going to hold to set the order because the EMA is going to move around quite a bit on me. Bitcoin still selling with speed. So these may take a while to set up here. So I'm just going to keep an eye on things. But yeah, Bitcoin is selling, still selling rather aggressively here. So I have about an hour and a half left in my trading window. The way that I trade has to set up in my trading window. The entry could come a bit later, but I'll just set a limit order accordingly. Right now, to me, it doesn't look like Bitcoin is likely to pull back, but the next 15-minute candle could tell a different story. So I'm going to keep an eye on this price action to see if it will lend to any entries. 42.39. So the EMA is being pulled down here. So I'm going to watch these to see if any EMAs get triggered on pullback here. Bitcoin, Ethereum, possibly. But if not, had two good trades today, and I'll be content with that if that's all that there is for now. Still more sell side delivery here and consolidation. Same thing here. Okay. I'm not certain, obviously, on how this session will proceed, but it could very well just stay in this area, consolidate. There's a slim chance you can get some pullback, and maybe a continuation through another day. But I'll keep monitoring and see if anything sets up. But right now, I wouldn't be able to take any kind of position unless there was a pullback to an EMA, and I'm just not seeing how that's going to be possible today. At least not at this point. But buying or price being delivered to the buy side could resume. But with the amount of sell side delivery that's happened so far, and with global events, I'm uncertain if I would expect to see any other opportunities for my system during today's session here. But it seems with Ethereum, it could possibly offer something here. Bitcoin just looking a bit too weak to make it back to EMAs. Could be the same deal here with Ethereum, but looking more promising, 22, 29, 45. Ethereum puts in a new high here, then it's going to look a little more likely than not that it'll make contact here. 22, 30, 58, 22, 22, 30, 29. So now it appears that the moving average is now starting to move up with the current price action being delivered to the buy side. So Ethereum could potentially offer an entry. Bitcoin as well, but it has quite a lot of work to do before it does. But definitely doable. Bitcoin price being delivered to the buy side here. 101, 621, 7. 101, 621, 7. Bitcoin experiencing a reaction from this Asian range, the lower end of the Asian range. And Ethereum is approaching the new 15-minute high. So my thoughts on this being unlikely are quickly shifting to it looks like they want to pull back and reach these EMAs. 3268. So it looks like the New York session may provide trading opportunities here. So 2205.98. So 2205.99, and there'll be a new 15-minute high here. Bitcoin's still trying to break into the Asian range. Okay. 236. Okay. Bitcoin still testing that Asian range. Seems like the EMAs are starting to catch up to the price action here from that aggressive sell-off. So Ethereum, with how weak it's been, I doubt if it would be able to break back into the Asian range, but this may consolidate down here until the moving average catches up with the price action. Bitcoin still trading just below the Asian range. Just less than 5 minutes remaining in the current 15-minute candles. Price being delivered to the buy side in Bitcoin. Back testing the lower Asian range here. Bitcoin now, price trading above the Asian range. Less than 2 minutes remaining in this candle. See if Bitcoin can close above that level. So with this type of price action, with that level of consolidation, and then this first leg of the sell-off, this could be quite a price correction here. So the Asian range low is 107.89.9. Bitcoin currently trading above that with less than a minute remaining in the current candle. So if it closes above, would be a positive indication that it has the strength to make it back to the EMA. And Bitcoin closes above. Price being delivered to the buy side on Bitcoin. Potentially a test of the previous 15-minute high. Ethereum potentially testing the highs of the previous 15-minute candle. Bitcoin has now broken out to a new 15-minute high here. 530. New 15-minute high on Ethereum. The new high has surpassed the previous two 15-minute candles. 26, price being delivered to the buy side here. Might get a bit dizzy here, going back and forth between pairs, trying to time the price on this EMA 2552. Price being delivered to the sell side. Just a little note, when it comes to order duration, I switched to the day. Even if I'm going to put in a market order that I want to see the risk to reward for with a limit order, I usually just click today, just in case I mistakenly initiate the order. At least it will come off with a time decay here, as opposed to GTC being good to close. You actually have to manually cancel the order. So this pullback could be beneficial for bringing the moving averages lower here. Price being delivered to the sell side here. Price consolidating. Price currently being delivered to the buy side with consolidation. Price being delivered to the buy side currently. Price still consolidating here. And price being delivered to the sell side currently. more sell side delivery. Price still being delivered to the sell side here. Though I anticipate this sell side, price action to reach these moving averages at some point, it may take a few candles to get there. So I'll keep an eye on it. Take a look at my tickets for today. You can see I took some small losses trying to test my new entry here. So this was a whole position on Bitcoin, and this was a partial position on Ethereum. But as you can see, or at least what came out as the win led to a better, or at least I'd say this risk management here. So this was minus $4 here, and then this was plus $20 here. Yeah, so R to R, this worked out pretty well today. All things considered, trying something new typically doesn't work out at all. Some pretty good stuff today. New 15-minute candle, and potentially another attempt at the EMAs here as they draw down lower. 101, 189.3. 89.3. $17.14. And price still consolidating here in this area that it sold off to, with some buy-side delivery and consolidation taking place here. I'm anticipating these are going to reach the EMAs at some point, but I'm going to need to take a break here, likely before that happens. But this has been On Tilt Trading with today's live crypto trading, the New York